Hello and welcome back. I hope you're having a lovely evening, or at least one better than mine. My goal today is to recover from this volcano disaster. Because this was a lovely mess. How bad is the temperature now? Okay, so the highest points are in the 70s. Okay, I think we're just below scalding again. Okay. I think we can recover. It's gonna be a lot of work though. Okay, so materials. Okay, good. We got all of this turned into ceramic on the outside, except for, you know, the points that aren't accessing directly into the volcano. Except for this one, but that's gonna disappear soon. Okay. So right now, I need a way for the dupes to safely come in through this zone. Which means I first need to turn off this so it doesn't make any more heat. That turns that off. Okay. The steam in here is too much. These are all flooded. So we need to unflood them. Okay, how do I get... You know what? This is all water. Come on in, dupes. Let the water flow. Okay. I also want to get this little wire in place, but doing so is going to let a lot of heat out. So when they deconstruct this, we're going to make this wire the do now. Okay, so we're making more steam again. At least we're in Atmos suits there. Ooh, it's 200. It's 200. Okay. They built the wall. That's in place. So now we can get rid of this tile, and that will unflood the steam turbines. Harold! No. Not my baby. Don't even think about it. We're going to a triage cot. We lost too many dupes yesterday. Harold, get out of there. Okay, ineligible. I don't want to have to make another 4 of tasteful memorials. That's not on the agenda. Oh, this pole can go up a bit more. Yeah, we could do that. Okay. Deconstruct that. And the airflow tile, and we'll let it be up to there. Okay. We need to squish these in and make it full rows across. But that is after we address the volcano in the room. Okay, okay, that is out. This. Unreachable. Ah. Dupes. Why you no do this now? Okay, everyone's doing it now. Okay, that's a 9. Good. Come on, dupes. Yellow alert. Where are you, Rowan? The oxygen here is 232. We need to plug this back up, but we need this little thing filled. Come on, dupes. Already assigned to assignee and current errand for the 2 of them. We are just cooking everything out here. Okay, well, I can't leave it open like this. If they build the tile first, we don't have as much damage going on. Okay, at least it's not spreading super far with the heat. Unlike it is up here. Okay, they built that. Next, close this off. And are we safe yet? Okay. Next step. I need to make sure no more lava ever comes in here until we're ready for it. So... Wrong way. Okay, we want... We're just sending more in. Yeah. Okay, is this red now? Okay. There. These are running now. So now we're cooling the air in here. Good. Yeah, I really should have cooled the air in here before diving in for that. Well, you live and you learn. Okay. So we are needing dig errands in here. The longer we wait on this, the more problem we're gonna have. We still have this water incoming to cool down the zone. What is thermal at? Okay, it could have been a worse situation. Okay, let's just continue making a mess and let them in here through the suits. They can only get here if they put the suits on. But the suits are all flooded. Okay, we're gonna deconstruct these two. We're gonna deflood the Atmos suits. Can they even get to here? Unless this is... Okay, because it's flooded, he didn't have to obey the rules. I guess. Liquid. Okay. It's going down. It'll deflood itself soon. Once these have stopped flooding, we'll crack into here, make a big mess. It'll be a disaster, but we gotta get it done. Gotta get it done. These are still flooded. Okay, they're below 50 kilograms now. Building flooded. Okay, we just gotta give them a minute. If we destroy this, does it make it go faster? Yeah. We already made a mess out of the area. Let's just Leroy Jenkins this. Come on in, dupes. Have some fun. Oh, right, but they don't have suits now. Okay. They survived that. It's unflooded. That means they have to use the suits now. Okay, we're gonna cancel these 2 spots until they've cleaned up the mess in here. Scalding, yes, yes. Lots and lots of scalding. Oh, we have new printables! Let's just ignore the giant mess over there. Oh, look, we want some tidying from our dupes or decorating. Lindsay? Oh, you are nymptophobic. Okay. You get to live where Nicola used to. We have a new Nicola, but they're not a nyctophobic. Curses. Curses. Hey, Lindsay, this is your bed. It's temporary. Okay, scaldings. Up to the triage cots. Who needs them? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Ooh, what color is this? We made molten salt. Let's just do a sweepy sweep. Okay. And then let's make this salt. Not salt water. We can't move it yet because we've never swept it yet. Interesting. Okay. How bad's thermal? Okay, we're cheating with 100, but we're at least doing something. Okay. Okay, we've bottled the salt. And now we can empty it. Oh boy. We're just gonna dump salt down here. It'll cool off. This salt water will boil. It'll become normal water. It'll all be fine. Okay, gonna deconstruct these 2 tiles. Give this thing a liquid element sensor. Let them get to it whenever they so choose. Can we mop these yet? No, we cannot. Okay. Okay, we're just doing a loop here, essentially. Yeah, that's basically a loop. Until it finally gets to the water. Okay, now it's clearing the water out. Let's make sure that happens. Okay, good. There goes the salt. No, that was just salt water, not the salt itself. Okay. Steam unbreathable. The salt has no errand. Bottle emptor has no errand. Okay, dupes. I'm gonna let you sweep this area. Do not make me regret it. Because I know they're gonna heat the base doing that. They're gonna stick it right here. Or onto this thing. And then these are gonna start heating up. Okay, right now I got Ellie on the cot. Meep and Rowan are now assigned. Okay. Hey look, another booger. Waterfall. When they take the suits off, it's cool enough. Okay. Here's the Scaldy Scald. Here is the you're not gonna die. Okay. We have an open volcano, but my dupes aren't gonna die. The steam in here is down to 150. That's good. When it gets to 125, we crack it open and let the dupes in. We do not need to crush all of our oxygen. Okay. And the granite does not list errands. Okay. So, okay, yeah, they're just going to town picking it up anyway. Okay. How many days do we have until we have to clean up more magma? Let me know, game. Okay, errands, properties, status. We have 9.2 days until the next eruption. Oh goody, we even have granite in here. Okay. So I'm going to deconstruct here so they can sweep this. Gotta make it all clean. I bet it was because this tile is made out of granite, or the tile above it, and that fell. Okay. They cannot get to these spots, can they? Okay, they'll need those. This is just ceramic. Okay, if I build this, that should be enough? Should be. But we never know until it actually happens. Okay. Scalding, scalding, scalding. Because the temperature here is enough to have issues. We're keeping the temperature better contained than I thought we would, just by having a little droplet. Oh boy. It's time for a party on the triage cots, everybody! Did I make all of the triage cots 100%? I did not. You guys aren't allowed to get off of these until you're fully healed. Especially you, Bonnie. I'm looking at you, because you got two comrades here that used to be the same. Okay. Yeah, there's no copy settings on triage cots. Okay. They like this one the most for some reason. And that one's already assigned. Okay. Anybody not assigned yet? Ooh, we got 3 more who need a vacation in the triage room. Okay. Oh, were all the cots labeled 9? No. This one's 9. And now they're all 9. Okay. How's thermal doing? Okay, we're over 100 over here. Because we have a little bit of hot stuff in this spot that's not getting cooled down. If we delete this spot, it should cool faster. Okay. Salt? Salt. What am I missing? It says storage unavailable. But I'm telling it, just stick it here. Do they not accept that one as an acceptable location? Okay, now they're listing it on their things. Okay. Okay, let's see. This granite is cooler now. Okay. Okay, once this bit is cleaned up, we can close these in with ceramic, and then once those are built, we can cross our fingers, close it in, and hope that enough of this gas deletes itself before the volcano erupts in 7.7 cycles to no longer have steam here, which will be issue. Especially when it's at almost 800 C. Oh boy. Okay, and then the steam in here is just about to no longer be hot enough for the steam turbines. That is good news. Which means we can have a slight chance of being able to send the dupes in there with the Atmos suits without worrying as much. Okay. Check materials. Okay. It's all ceramic. We won't have the issue again of tiles melting. That's obsidian, 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 obsidian. Okay. That should be fine too. Okay, we need this taken care of. Awaiting delivery ceramic. Do we not have enough ceramic? How much did we chew through? Oh, we've got plenty. Okay, game. You can do it. We're racing against a volcano here. Okay, we're in the not allowed by schedule time zone. So, dupes, please just do this thing already. Good. Okay. Priority. This one. Followed by this one. And we'll start letting these things eat. Good. they did it in the correct order. That one doesn't need to be yellow alerted. Oh, Steve is slow. New principles, who's my new slow boy? Okay, we've got a Luddite and a mouth breather. Okay, mouth breather's not too bad. Operating, ranging, decorating. Tidying, digging, operating. Ooh. Okay. You can breathe extra, Quinn. I don't care. Oh, starts with electrical engineering. Okay, more scalding. Oh boy, everybody needs to hop on the tree washcats again. Oh. Okay, how's my base overall? Yeah, I wonder where they sent all of that hot igneous rock to. I would never know. Okay, let's put some ice in here. We're just going to stick it on the outside of the spots because I don't want to have to mop up as much. Okay. We can now let this door open and close again. Okay. It's doing its thing. We are currently less than a kilo here, more than a kilo here, and 3 kilos there. Okay. And this continuous influx of liquid seems to have really helped this whole process. Okay. So, now that this room is situated, we can move on to this room. Here, I thought I could do all the rooms together at the same time. Okay, we're going to deconstruct both of these tiles. Okay, we have the liquid overflow working. We can deconstruct this bridge. I think we can turn the aqua tuner back on. Okay, the conveyor loader we need to replace because we made it out of lead. Let's make sure, yeah, that's steel. Lead and lead. Okay, these guys need to be rebuilt. Okay, the rest is steel. See, these ones in here can be lead, that's not a problem. Okay, and now with this running, we've got hot stuff again. But we're working on our cooling loop. Okay. Oh, I still had a conveyor rail there. We don't need it there. Okay. And then this thing we want again, that is steel. And the automation wire is gold. Yeah, no. We want that out of steel. Okay. Okay, we've cut down our steam by a third in this chamber. That is good. Yeah. Having this on is just negligible right now in terms of temperature. So might as well just leave it on. Oh right, all of these are trash priorities. Please do. Please do now. Oh right, I keep opening and closing this. We can set this to 200 so it stays open. Or was it the other way around? We wanted this to be 10 and the other one forever? Yeah. Okay, that's cut in half again. Because it's not having to worry about open, close, open, close, open, close. Okay, no priority is on that little bit of trash. That's fine. Okay. How goes the liquid to the top of the base? Okay. Okay, thermal. We've recovered a significant amount. Good. And nobody's eligible for the triage cots. That's nice. Okay. Let's see. Less than 200. Okay, so the steam up near the doors is half the pressure of the steam far away. Okay, that's not too bad. How much time is left in the volcano? Okay, we got 5 days. We made a lot of progress since then. But those last few micrograms might get stuck. We shall see. Right now we've got steam in here. And... oh, that's still 2 kilos of CO2. Okay, so... that may be an issue. Okay, this is back in place. Oh, and now they're grabbing the igneous rock by hand. Now this is why we tried to build the cooler in the first place. Okay, shipping. Conveyor loader. Steel. Because we don't want them taking this igneous rock until we've cooled it. And we're just making this hotter for now, okay. It'll be a while. Okay, awaiting delivery steel. Everything else should be functional. Fingers crossed that it's functional. Once they get this conveyor loader into place. And it is pure salt water in this thing. Luke, good. We don't have mixed liquids. Not that it really matters, but yeah, I still like it to be clean. In terms of... It's not clean, but I hope you understand which type of clean I mean. Okay. If something's in here, I want this auto sweeper to stick it into this thing. So, after the save, I can click all. And dupe use will not be allowed. Okay. Because this stuff is above 130. Okay, some of it's coming out. Some of it's not. Good. The stuff that's not will be soon. Okay. Oh no. Okay. And then here we're doing 20. Okay. These... This just came through and it's at 40. Send green signal if below. Okay, that's red. Okay, so I need the other signal. And these, good, okay. So now the conveyor rail is having some issues not knowing which way to go. Because down here is just an onload. I'm going to do it the least confusing way possible. And give all of these a bridge. Okay. That way all of it knows how it's supposed to behave in the future. And did I put this in the wrong spot? Okay. There we go. Okay, I want to mop up all the liquids that are currently in here. I don't care if the salt gets in, because that'll eventually not become a liquid anymore. Dupes, no clicking this up. It's coming to you. Don't worry about it. It's coming to you, just build these. Okay, cancel that spot. Okay, liquid. Good, they got it all. Okay. I need them to sweep the petroleum out here, because that'll get stuck. Okay, let's see how this is functioning. This is making a loop. Why is this stuck? Disabled by automation grid. These are low enough now. many asteroids you had conquered. This is my first and only playthrough, and I am not using the DLC, so this is the only asteroid. Welcome, 1 hour timeout. I hope that's how I pronounce your name. Please correct me if I butchered it. Why does this not want to connect? What if I deconstruct this conveyor rail? I don't know why it's not looping. Okay, Brazilian? Okay, cool. But how do I get this thing to circulate? Because the other one is functioning. Do I need to do a bridge onto here? I think I need to bridge this on. Okay. I'm gonna deconstruct this. My English, not so good to write. Sorry. That's okay. I'm just glad you're here. I'd rather have you than have you not right because the English was a problem. Okay. So what am I doing wrong now? Okay, the conveyor shut off. Can clearly pass things over. There's a conveyor rail behind this. Let me get rid of this and then see if it can circulate. So I'm not supposed to have this go over. Oh, maybe it's just stuck because this is ready to go through, but there's no space for it here. I think I had it right before. Okay. I'm just gonna do it like this and hope it works. Right, we're still trying to get out the petroleum. What's the water down to? 34.3. Okay. Because I want this a safe base temperature before I let it leave. So right now it's doing as instructed. The first few pieces got through because they were too hot and this wasn't set up right, but now it's set up right. We just need the aqua tuner to catch up. But it's not going to catch up at a timely time until we seal this off. And we're not sealing it off until we've built this thingy back and we've cleared out the petroleum. And gold. So that should be soon. This is going to be reset back to all. And these sweep commands, what priority did I set them at? 9, and it didn't even catch all of them. Okay. And they are taking their sweet time about it. Okay. Because I have a lot of new dupes. Time to get another new one. I gotta replace all the ones who died last time. Okay, so we've got building, suit wearing, digging, and tidying. I'm just ignoring that they have doctoring. Okay, Can't cook. Decrease construction. And can't cook. Okay. Let's do digging tidying. Oh, you're buff? Okay, yeah, we'll take you. Do I have beds for everybody? Yeah, I've got beds for everybody. I'm raising my number of dupes now. I'll be going to PC so I can talk better. Okay. 2 cycles remaining. We're down to grams. The water here is going down, as desired. That's doing its job. What is the uptime on this? 100%. Okay. Yep. It's gonna be that way for a while until we can close this gap in. How much salt is here? Okay. God, they're never gonna catch up on this salt. Okay, cancel the salt. We're just making more salt. Oh, we're having power issues? Did I melt a thing? Large power chamber. Available power 0. Well, let's go check on the power. Okay, we're not making as much petroleum as I thought we were. Okay, it was just a short hiccup, looks like. Looks like it was just a short hiccup. We'll be back to full power soon, okay. Things are working better now, okay. Okay, now we can set this one to water. And it's not in water. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. Sorry, my phone connector was charging what I was typing. Okay. What are we at now? We're at 45 grams. And pressure's rising. We're not gonna get a clean chamber before the volcano goes off. So how are you, okay? I'm doing okay right now. All things considered. Could be worse. Okay. The tubes have cleaned this out. Okay. Priority 9. Okay. I lost 4 dupes yesterday. So I'm going a little bit overboard and I've got my dupes back up. I was at 20. Now I'm at 21. I think I'm gonna go up to 30 dupes now. I've been losing them too fast. I'm gonna get some more in reserves. Okay, but if you're asking IRL, I recently had some issues where the rain was getting in and making a hole in the roof of my apartment in my bedroom ceiling, and it was leaking, and the leak went on for months now. No, it's not months, just singular month, I think. They finally repaired it yesterday, I can sleep in my bedroom again today, but I've had to clean up all of my clothes because the hole was so big that a pigeon got in, and now I gotta clean up all the bird poop. So yeah, I've been dealing with that today. So let's see, this is finally closed off, so now the heat from here isn't coming back and around. Back in game mode, thoughts. These are cooling down. They are at 30 degrees C. Down here, it's a little bit higher, but now that this is getting cooler, this can finally get cooler too. Okay. And what is the pressure in here? 400 kilos? That's fine. Wait, can you repeat what did you say? Sorry, my PC has low sound. Okay. There was a hole in the roof of my apartment, and it has been leaking for the past month, and the leak kept getting worse and worse, and it finally took them a month to finally patch the hole. They still haven't painted it yet. And in the meantime, the hole for the leak got so bad that a pigeon got in to my bedroom, and it pooped over everything. So now that they've patched the hole and there's no more pigeon, I've been spending the day washing all of my stuff. And you're having problems with your bed? Yeah. The pigeon had no problem relieving itself on my bed. So I cleaned all the sheets today, now it's better. Okay, we got down into a region where we can read micrograms. Still grams over here, okay. So we're not gonna have a vacuum before this thing erupts in 5 seconds. And we have mixed gases because we have CO2 down here. That's not great. I hope that can be solved soon. Yeah, they're finally working on it. It's just not been the greatest time. Oh wait, I left this on open. This needs to be like half a second. 0.5, 0.5, okay. There, now that's better, okay. How did that affect my air in here? Okay, so that shoved the CO2 upwards, which is good. We're still gonna have mixed gases in here forever now, but the mixed gases are not in this chunk of it. That could have caused more issues. So that's okay. Hello, Danger Copter! Welcome back. I got my population back up after losing 4 dupes yesterday. And this bit's finally working. What are we at now? The water's at 30. It's gonna take a while before it goes down. But once we get the water down, then we'll start outputting 20-degree igneous rock straight into the base. Actually, let's make sure this thing is going the right direction. So this is just going to dump off into here. Oh joy, that's why this was sweep only. And why is this still doing it? I changed this to sweep only. Why is this still running? Not a settings errand. Let's just deconstruct the thing. If you're lucky, the gases can get to the door and get deleted. They can't with the current setup. Because right now, I have it set up so I have this wall here, so that all the magma is forced to go to the left, so that by the time the amount of magma gets to the right, it's a small amount, so it won't just shove its way in here and go beyond what I can handle. So only the gases up in this chunk can get deleted now. I was hoping to delete everything below here before the volcano turned on and made a liquid lock. Because I don't think that this door is going to delete it. At least it shouldn't. Though if I really wanted to, I could build out and around to let it up and around for the fun of it. I could do that. Or just build a separate thing down here to suck it out eventually. Right now, it's not the biggest of deals, so it can stay. I was worried about mixed gases in this chamber here, but because they got up and out in time, we're good. See, this is set to 195. Current ambient temperature is 144. Why are we not getting more? Oh, right, because the volcano hasn't given it to us. Yeah. Okay. And the temperature of the contents in here is going down. Just like intended. Good. If the magma don't solidify there, I think that's not a problem. But if it was solidifying in here before. It was a mess at the start of this episode. I like your solution, let's try it on mine. Nice! Okay, you know what? I could just do another one of these thingies over here. Do it horizontally. It'll get done eventually. Yeah, I don't need to do it yet. I just recovered from this. I want to make sure this thing is like actually, you know, functioning before I open the volcano again. Okay, this is now bugging me. Wait, did I just deconstruct something? Not that. I still have that active. Don't want that destroyed. Oh. Ooh, nice cooling loop. Thank you. I lost many dupes over this cooling loop. It better be cool. 'Cause it heated them to death. Okay, and we're back in the 40s here. Okay. I don't think I still need to cycle this water around anymore. So I will cut it off here for now. Okay. And we never set this to water. Okay. So I got mixed gases in here because I made so much steam. And then it, of course, it cleans the polluted water into normal water, so then I have issues here. Okay. If this system worked without destroying this, I'm gonna tap a hole into here and then let the polluted water through. And it should liquid locks that only polluted water enters. Should. We will see. You don't use any mod, right? Correct. I am playing this game modless. This will be the only run I play modless. Because I am eyeing the Pliers mod so hard. Cause like, you just saw me have to delete a whole pipe in order to break this apart. The Pliers mod lets you just separate these two things the same way that you can normally just connect things on your own. It lets you unconnect them on your own. So it saves a dupe step and lets you do more fancy things easier. It's a cheat, but I want that mod. Once I've proven myself as a capable player who doesn't need the cheat. Okay, and this is going down quickly. Nice, okay. I think we can mop this up now. Filter's not designated. Well, yeah, I don't need it designated. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice and green now. We're making progress back to the healthy temperatures. But it save a lot of time. Yes, it would. I just want to feel like I've proven competency in the game before I start blatantly cheating. Okay, what dupe am I getting? Farming, decorating, building supplying, cooking, farming, research. I'm looking at building supplying. Who can't cook? Okay. Innately stylish. Okay, Gossman, I must get you something innately stylish. Do I have any... fancies here? No, I don't have the fancies there. Let's get a fancy. I don't have a clothing refactionator yet. Let's get one. Okay, clothing refactionator. Okay, we're gonna get that Gossman a fancy outfit. Okay, I'm just still watching this thing. Let's move the ladder over to somewhere appropriate. We're going to deconstruct this entire ladder here so that we're not tempted to let the dupes use it. Okay. We're almost at the point where we're gonna start spitting out healthy temperatured igneous rock to feed my little stone hatches. I almost forgot their name for a second. Okay, these things, they're in healthy temperatures. Once this gets a nice healthy green, we're gonna go for it. Okay. Can they not reach this? They should be able to. What? No, no one's in Marie! We went over this! You need an Atmo suit! This better be for Marie. Good. Suffocating. Okay, it's also Marie. She's being brought to air. Okay. Okay. That's working. How's our pressure here? Higher than I'd like, but acceptable. We're still getting liquid over? Oh, it's just taking its time. Okay. I want consistent color across here. So let's deconstruct that after we got rid of this one. And I want to make it look pretty. Suffocating. Thank you for commenting that. Okay, 9 grams here. 71 MCGs. Okay, this is gonna be vacuum soon in here. What are we at? 23.7. We're making progress. Once this actually gets to an appropriate temperature here, it'll be a lot easier to, we'll be sending stuff out a lot sooner. It just had to do a lot of catch-up work before it could even start really doing anything. Okay. And it became water again. Okay. Do we have double layers of water? No. Wait, maybe we do. We do have double layer of liquid. Okay. Yeah. Let's just clean it all up. The game requires a lot of focus. Yes, it does. Okay, and we'll sweep this up. Make everything look nice. As if we didn't have a massive disaster recently. We're actually gonna move this pipe more in line here in case it's ever needed in the future so we can get rid of it here. And I could order them to do things around this area without worrying about them dying. Okay. That looks a lot better. We don't need this one here. Okay, and then we'll give them low-level sweep commands for all of that. Okay. Whoop, almost a vacuum. 3 MCGs over here and 6 here. Okay. I want to watch the vacuum propagate. Oh, they're not even open long enough for this stuff to get in there. No, it is. It is. Okay. Yes, yes. Propagate! Yay! Okay. We have a vacuum by the volcano. However, we still have carbon dioxide here, but the steam all disappeared. They had a fight, apparently, and the CO2 won against the steam. Good. We're about to see stuff come out of here any moment. We're still a degree high. I want to watch it happen. I hope it's not too boring for you watching numbers count down. Okay. Because the contents of the salt water is below 20 degrees C now, which means it is going to bring the temperature of the water overall below 20 eventually, which will mean that the granite and igneous rock on the conveyor belt will eventually become 20 and be let off into the chamber. Okay. It's close. Okay. Less than a degree. No, it's not. It's good to see someone playing so I can get ideas to play it another way. Yeah, I enjoy watching other people play this game too. Once our temperature countdown reaches the point where we start seeing materials come off the line, I'll give you a base tour so you can get other ideas. Yeah, another way. Yeah. Oh, I even thought you said way instead of any. I'm dyslexic, so I judge less. But I'll give you a base tour once we start seeing igneous rock come off the line. Oh, if we went down another 1/10 of a degree. We're getting there. .3. 0.2. It's going up. We're at that little point where sometimes the salt water doesn't want to get hit by the thing and it puts off a little bit cooler. Okay, so we're actually going to lower this 2 degrees. That way we heat it more often so we get cooler. Okay. Come on, 0.2. I don't know about you, but I'm hyped to just watch this thing tick down. 0.1. Are you cooling there too? Okay, so the loop runs. Yes! It's off-putting! Okay, so it's outputting at the appropriate temperature, and you see how there's new hot stuff coming in. The water, I mean, yeah. So once the game unpauses, I'll show you what it's doing. Okay, so I have a liquid loop that passes through a thermal aqua tuner that cools the steam turbines and cools the water. And just goes in a circle like that. The shipping, we have a auto sweeper loading onto a conveyor loader that whenever it finds igneous rock from the solidified magma, that's all gonna land here. It picks it up and it keeps it in this circle until it's below 130, which is a temperature that the steam turbines can cool stuff down to. However, I've set this to 200, so the likelihood of it getting down that low is slimmer. Okay, we don't have full rails right now, so I'm going to change the threshold for this to be a little higher. I don't think it's gonna let more out until we have steam that's cool. Okay. Because the steam around here is a little over 140. The turbines can bring the steam down to 125, thus the materials on the line down to that temperature as well, because they want to average out. But I have this set to bring stuff in so long as we're above 185. As you can see, that once it gets in here, it cools down fast enough that little bits come off the line and then more can fill in. And I want the majority of the cooling to happen in here. I might change this one to be 200 before it leaves the steam room, because I'm not going to ever overload the temperature in here beyond the maximum of power we can get out of the steam turbines. The setup is nothing short of amazing, thank you! Wonder how it'd do with different fluids. Well, if I made the water here super coolant, which I have not got to yet in this playthrough, because that's a space material, it would be more effective, and it would take me half the cooling time on the thermal aqua tuner. Since we're close to 100% maxing this thing out, so things would happen faster if I switched up the salt water for this salt water. If I switched that up for the supercoolant, it would take half the energy because the thermal aqua tuner lowers the temperature of whatever fluid is passed through it by a flat 14 degrees Celsius. So if I had let's see, the salt water. Salt water. Elements. Liquids. So I currently have where is it? Salt water. Salt water in there with a specific heat capacity of 4.1, which is pretty close on all of the water types, because water has the specific heat capacity of 4.179. So water is actually slightly better than salt water, but I was just hoping for a larger freezing point range and boiling point range just for safety. But it's the supercoolant that has twice that. Where are you, supercoolant? Here it is. Its specific heat capacity is 8.44. So it would take half as much effort from the thermal aqua tuner to cool the water that's going around this box here and this area here. But what about methane or even ethanol? They are not as good. Methane will not stay a liquid at these temperatures. Cause methane likes to become natural gas again at negative 161 degrees Celsius, or become a solid at negative 182 Celsius. It is not survivable within the positive range where dupes can exist. We're trying to cool this to a base temperature, and by base temperature I mean like actually the living quarters base for the dupes to live at before sending it out to them. I want to know the specific capacity of methane now. It is a piddly 2.1. Well, it's not piddly. It's half that of water and doesn't exist in this thermal range. And you also want to know about ethanol. Ethanol does exist within our thermal range. That is not an issue. Once the game saves, I'll show you what specific heat capacity is. Okay. It's also about half that of water. Oh, and the thermal conductivity? 0.1.71. That means it's not going to share its heat very fast, and these will have to loop around a bunch of times before it transfers. What is it for water that I've stuffed this full of? The thermal conductivity of water is actually worse. The other one had a better thermal conductivity. So water holds more energy, but ethanol would transfer it faster. Okay, this is working. This is staying relatively full. Good. Interesting, yes. I enjoy it. Do you guys understand specific heat capacity and thermal conductivity? Because I can try and whip up a understanding for you guys. But it won't be the best of descriptions. Water best for sustainability, ethanol best for quick bursts of cooling. Absolutely not, but I've attempted to learn. Okay. So have you ever walked by a lake and been like, oh, it's much cooler here than the surrounding area? That's not actually gonna help you think this way. Puddle versus pool. If you have a little spill of water, like this, it might warm up faster than a swimming pool-sized amount of water because there's less of it to change. Speaking of which, I should clean up my little puddle here that I made because I did some temp shift plates up here early. I need to make sure my base is back to an acceptable living range. Okay. New dupe. Supply ranching sounds good. Can't build and can't do medicine. I think I'm okay with that. I'm gonna need lots of ranchers. But you're also a rancher who likes to cook. But you're a loud sleeper. let's take the person who can't build. I have not done a good job on this description yet. How to describe this? Okay, if you're making scrambled eggs and you put one egg in the pan, the egg is gonna heat up a lot faster than if you make 4 scrambled eggs at the same time, because you'll have to transfer 4 times as much heat into your scrambled eggs than if you were only making 1 egg. So having a specific heat capacity of 1 egg with specific heat capacity of 1 is 1/4 as much mass that you have to make hot as you would if you're making 4 eggs. Does that make sense? Probably not. Let's try... what was the other one called? Thermal conductivity. Not gonna lie, I got lost distracted. Okay, that didn't help. This was not meant to be a tutorial. Oh, brain. Brain, how do I... I'm trying to think of what to do. Okay, so... if you were to take a bet on what would be faster to warm up, this little puddle down here or this ocean, what do you think would take more time to heat up? The ethanol is better for cooling, but only if have some. Well, better is very subjective, because sure, it'll transfer its heat faster, but it doesn't have as big of a battery bank. Yeah, batteries are a good way of doing it. Okay, specific heat capacity is like a battery. Would you trust these 6 batteries to hold all the energy for a day? Or this little guy? The pathetic teeny one. This one's like having, 1 specific heat capacity. And this is like having 12, because these are way better. Because these hold 20, and this is supposed to hold 10. Yeah, it's supposed to hold 10. So, because each of these is worth 20, and this is worth 10, I really didn't want them to build this thing. But it's there now. It means each of these is worth twice as much as this, and because there's 6 of them, you can get 12 times as much power stored in these as you can in this. So it's like specific heat capacity in that if something has a specific heat capacity of 1, it's like storing 1 battery's worth. Something has a specific heat capacity of 2, it's like storing 1 of these smart batteries worth. It'll last you longer. It takes more energy to fill it up with an amount of thermal energy, and it just stores energy better, is what it does. How to describe better? It's just an energy bank term. Bigger number, bigger bank. I only the smart one to activate the plants. I'm not sure what you mean. Only use. Okay, I'm not talking about the specific use case of each battery type right now, just how much they hold. Because that's how specifically heat capacity works. Energy plants. You're just talking about energy users, right? I really don't know how to describe it more than that right now. My brain is fried on trying to describe it. The difference between specific heat capacity and thermal conductivity is how fast you can transfer the heat. So if it has a high thermal conductivity, it's like throwing a bunch of money out of a hot air balloon. You're sure gonna get rid of your money very fast, versus if you like have a few pennies in your wallet and you hand them out one at a time over to the cashier. That's thermal conductivity. I don't know how to describe it. Let's do credit card versus pennies. You can, if you're at a cashier at the grocery store and you want to pay for your $100 worth of food, if you're lucky it's that little, quickly you hand over your card, you swipe it, and it all goes away super fast. But if you want to take your sweet time and pay it off, I've never been in a hot air balloon, but I've been a cashier. Okay, so you know how if the old lady wants to pay in pennies, and everything in pennies, it's gonna take a long time. That's why insulated pipes. Do I have any where I can find them real fast? Yes, back at the volcano. Okay. I have insulated pipes made out of igneous rock, and once the game saves, I will figure out if these are also igneous rock. Those are gold. Okay. So the insulated liquid pipe made out of igneous rock has a thermal conductivity of 0.063. I'm using this because I don't want heat transfer inside the steam room. I don't want the heat to touch my precious cold salt water, but I do want the heat to transfer in the radiant zone. There, I have a thermal conductivity of 120. I want whatever heat is in the pipe to instantly transfer over to my steam turbines to cool them down. So I have 120 of shove everything away from me this instant to make sure my steam turbines are cold. But I have a thermal conductivity of 0.063. Like, itty bitty, because I don't want my temperature to transition. Does that make sense? It's about shoving the energy away in the radiant zone and holding fast to what you have and not letting it transfer in the insulated portion. Does that help you guys? I hope it helps you guys. If you're lucky, it's a small child with an old lady behind them. Yes. When I was little, I wanted to be the kid that paid in pennies. Especially for the several $100 gaming system I wanted to buy. Helped. Good. Good. That is what I am here for. Okay. So... those are staying steady. This isn't crushing anything. We have a vacuum up here. We are getting some little bits coming out off the rail. There they go. And they're at the proper temperature for what we want. So this is doing its job. This is doing its job. We're good. Okay. I've set this to 140, that's fine. But that's not obeying what I want, because that's 200. Is it just letting everything out now? I don't think this is working as far as blocking things from coming out business. Okay, let's look at the other one for understanding. I wanted send green signal if above. So green means that it can go out this way. Yeah, because all of those are above. Okay. So I want green if above. There we go. Now it's doing its thing. No? That's not what I want. It's still having issues with that. It's at least cycling things. I don't know. Okay, what is that buzz? Are we having power issues again? Oh yeah, we got one of those little things we have to mop up. Okay, we still have a vacuum here. Okay, we can break in and mop this. Okay. Okay, and now this thing is having issues because it goes bloop bloop. Okay, maybe the other spot will help it? Might have to move this down in order to clean this out. Or we just deconstruct this and see if I make a big boo-boo. Radiant equal deliver energy heat, insulate equal keep energy heat. Yes. I may or may not understand. Okay, so when I hear the word radiant, I think of a radiator for a car. It's designed to cool down the engine of a vehicle when it's overheated. It all good? Okay. So I'll stop. If you leave it like this, you'll have an infinite reservoir of water because the water is super pressurized. Well, this is called an Escher waterfall. Any water from here is getting shoved down here. and getting shot all the way up to here, and it's just growing. It's gonna grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. About to fall asleep, we'll have to rewatch later, lol. Okay. Good night to you, sir. It's 10 o'clock here. I bet the puppy's gonna come in any moment. But if you close the escape above the water, we'll keep going up there. Later. Okay. My intention was to have a giant reservoir of water over here. Later, pal. Okay. So, what I am doing here is I have this little pump here. This is a cooling loop here. I'm making sure it's nice and cool. This pump sends water all the way up from the bottom of the map to the top of the map. And when it hits this little thingy, it actually makes 25% more water than the water that had just been pumped through. So when it does that, it all drains over here and then drains off here. I was leaving it as just a waterfall here for the funsies, but then somebody wanted to make it double Graham because I've been calling this thing Graham after my favorite number. So I split it, and then I have a double waterfall now that goes all the way to the bottom except for here where it messed up again. That was because of the heat. I might as well fix it now. Liquid, brine. If somebody comes over, we do it. Okay. So you are making water? Yes, I am. I'm making polluted water. So all of my freshly made water, I'm dropping down into here, and then if it's polluted water, it's finding its way over here and is just really super pressured here. And eventually this water is gonna fill up this entire area. This didn't used to be this high. Once it gets all the way to the top, I'm gonna do another one of these things that would make a waterfall, but instead I'm gonna make a bead pump, and then I won't need to pump the polluted water over here and skip that step entirely. And I'll just be making free polluted water over and over and over. And I hope it's gonna work. If it doesn't work that way, then I'll just keep pumping it and storing it in here. And well, I'll start using it somehow, because right now it's pressurizing this whole area. It's got 6.8 kilos of oxygen because it's just squishing so much air because the water can't pass through here. Or the air can't pass through the water area. And I just saw a hole. Right, I had that hole so I could build and destruct things. Cool, lol. Yes, yes. It's one of my favorite projects I've made. And they did deconstruct that, so we can get rid of more of this. Here, let me show you how tall the thing is. This water is half the height of the base. And this side of it is itty bitty, and it just keeps pumping over. The oxy will get deleted, I think. No. The oxygen will not get deleted. It's just gonna get hyper compressed. right now I have polluted oxygen and oxygen in here with a little bit of chlorine, sour gas, natural gas, and CO2. And some mixes all the way around. When all of this squishes up... Oh yeah, and don't forget the hydrogen. It'll get to a point where they're all each one square, and then they'll fight against who's gonna win. Because sometimes airs get deleted as they fight with the other air. And it'll delete that way. But if there's no fighting between the different gases, the liquid won't delete the gas, it'll just compress it. And because I have airflow tiles here that can take infinite pressure, it's just gonna get compressed into the airflow tiles. Okay, and looks like I get to block a bot. And ban user. Okay. Yeah, so I had these ladders somewhere along here that I was deleting because air did get trapped in little corners here and I wanted to get rid of them. Okay, we have brine here. That means that the delivery was made. We have water on top of it instead of this. So now we've made driplets. I want the water gone. So instead of mopping both of these things up and having to redo that, I'm going to put a mesh tile here, sweep this location. Oh wait, no, mesh tile's not gonna work. No, it will. Okay. I just have to put it in this location. Okay. Base. Mesh tile. Oh, the light bulb is there. Okay, cancel this. We're gonna put an airflow tile here. Then we're gonna get polluted water on top of this. Then I can sweep up that water and then delete the tile, and then it'll be good. Good. Yeah, there's one of these light fixtures in this location, and that's causing issues because I wanted to preserve most of the ruins on my base as long as I could. Okay. So now I actually do want that ladder back that they just deleted. We'll leave it there. So down here is the thing I've spent the most energy on over time. It's my petroleum boiler. I just use magma and a bunch of thermal exchange heat exchanger where the incoming crude exchanges its heat with the outgoing petroleum, so that over here where it comes in, it's down to 125 C, but over here it's 400. So it barely uses any magma energy to cool it down. The music of the game sometimes makes it hard to hear you. Okay, I will turn it down a little bit. I hope that makes it easier for you to hear me. Okay, still got water showing up here. What's our pressure down here? We're down to 18 grams. Nice. Okay, these have a green signal, but they're not pumping. Because when we made our waterfall, we never hooked things up again. Okay. Okay, that will let that do its thing. We can rehook that up. Do I have another? So this one's safe. Okay, yeah, that's built. How's it going up here on this project? Too cold. Yes! We shoved a bunch of hot sour gas at this anti-entropy thermonullifier. It ate it all and is now making itself too cool. Yes. Gas. Yeah, and even now the hydrogen is expanding. It never got to this bit. That'll cool eventually. Interesting. Okay. New printables. Let's do that. Okay, building, supplying, operating digger. Let's... but you're anemic. Yeah, you'll build up again. Okay. Oh, let's move the diving board over. I was gonna do that before. Okay, deconstruct this. And I cannot place it again until we have it removed. And the whole wall removed. Okay, get rid of that. Let's just push the water over time. They want ladders, don't they? Okay. There you go, dupes. There's some ladders for you. Let's see. We're going to not need all of these doors anymore. We're going to replace them once we've built our thingy. Later, let me see what kind of things you have on your base. Okay, well this was one of them. I just decided to, you know, rebuild the thing, into a better location. Yeah, let's take this thing here. Okay. So, I have a little diving board so that whenever this room becomes overpopulated by overproducing eggs, they crawl into this special room, and then it opens this thing, and then the critters take a swim and drown. Okay, we can get rid of these. And this thing is the proper location again. Good, okay. I'll let you see the base. What are my fancy things? So, the thing I've spent the most time on is hollowing out the asteroid. So I have this whole empty space here. We've got it down to down here on this side, but we have a lot more work on this side, and they do not like digging. Oh, they can't reach. That's why they stopped over here. Okay. Down here I have an iron volcano that needs a massive overhaul. These steam turbines have been here for 1,500 cycles. So they've been doing this. It's worked relatively fine. We've had several scaldings, but it's worked because come on, game. Too much liquid. Okay. Because we've blocked off the way we came in to build the thing, so now only dupes and suits can access through this little hole to the atmosuit zone. But once we dig down far enough, I'm gonna block this off here and then fancy this up in the manner that we did for the volcano, where I'm gonna put an auto sweeper in, make it circulate till it's cool enough, and then have another buffer so it's cool enough so that when it gets down to the right temperature, it outputs into the base at a nice temperature that won't scald my dupes. Okay, let's see, this is... Okay, this is the right dripper. Sort of. Yeah, there we go. It's coming in, it's doing its thing. So we're gonna fancy up the Iron Volcano with one of these things in the future soon. Because this old version, like, it does the trick. It's just, because I don't have a thermal aqua tuner around here, it's kinda hot, because these are cooling themselves to 95, so the surrounding air is in the 90s and scaldy. Did you not get sour gas there? I've gotten sour gas everywhere. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of how much. And I've gotten a lot. Okay, who's suffocating? Okay, they're safe. And while I look around the base, I want to put more orders in. But we're going to cancel the dig here until they've got that bit taken care of. Okay. They still have not done this chunk. Okay, I want to prioritize up this. Okay. Because I want to chunk all this water down into this pool where it won't make my dupes drown. I have some fancy setups here where if the bad gases end up here, I shove it over to the central processing unit, where if it's chlorine, it ends up in this little super pressurized chlorine space where it will theoretically never overpressure. Because even though the gas vent can only take 2 kilos, I have a little bit of water overflowing it, so I have over 1,000 times what it's supposed to be able to handle. And any other bad gases get dropped out of here. So like, all of my sour gas gets dropped out of here. Wait for the game save. Okay, and then it flows down and flows down until it reaches here, where you see it's accumulated a fair bit. Oh, I'm gonna need to move my little thing down because I can't reach anymore. Because we did do what we wanted to do and got the stuff over. And why can't they do this? Unreachable. Right, okay. So you want to get that water out of there. Okay, once this has been cleaned, I'm putting it here because they can go across diagonally. Not diagonally, they can go 1 square to the right. This mop. Meep's on it, okay. I want to stay on this mop command because I don't want Meep to get stuck in a dupe loop. Okay, now we have polluted water there. When we destroy this, we should get the waterfall to continue. I want to see that happen. Okay, and then they'll be able to get down below and mop the thingies and hopefully not destroy my whole waterfall business in the process. Birch, where are you? Okay, bird's coming. Yes! It worked. And it broke a little bit because we got a mixture of gases here. Okay. And it made it. Okay, I'm gonna cancel this spot. Because if they mop here, they can mop there. And mop command. Okay. I'll be making water on my base. Can you teach me how? Yes. I will do that in a little bit. Let me make sure Devin doesn't destroy my project here, and then I'll show you what to do with the thingy I've already made. Oh, come on, they abandoned the project. Come on, Catalina. Just dropping water on mesh tile do the thing? Okay, yes and no. If you get lucky, that's all you need to do. But there's a little bit more nuance to it than that I want to make sure I tell you so I don't feel bad for leaving something like that out. And nobody wants to mop this. I'll go up to the top of the map once somebody mops this little bit of salt water that's blocking my waterfall from doing its thing. Okay. Where are you, Marie? Okay, she's coming. Oh, popped eardrums. Yep, I did that, Marie. That's my fault. Okay. Good. And now my water is getting sucked back over to the left. Okay. You see how that water just drops super fast? Okay, now this is gonna have a time trying to figure itself out, but we'll eventually get that water out of there. Okay, now back to the top. So, you don't like using plastic tubes? I just haven't built them yet. I'm going slow this playthrough. If being at past cycle 2,500, nearly 2,600, without rockets yet. I have no rockets. Tells you anything about the speed I've been going. It's my first playthrough, so I'm going slow. So over here, we have water on top of polluted water. The amount of water in each of these tiles is exactly 60 grams. When water reaches, I believe, 50 grams, it wants to make another tile. It likes to sploosh to the next. Whenever it splooshes here, it splits from 60 to 45 and 15. It does the exact number every single time. Something special about these numbers is that if you put the come on, okay. If you put the 60 exactly in this tile, above any amount of polluted water, as long as you've got the one tile business going on, it will always try and push toward the center, because if I say to the right, it doesn't apply to the side, because this one wants to go to the left. They both want to go toward the center every time the little action happens. It's important that you not overdo the pressure on the water, because if the amount of water in this tile is greater than the amount that the water wants to spill over into 3 tiles, then you're gonna have issues. You want to make sure that the amount of water in this spot is only enough to spill over into 2 tiles. 1, 2. Never 3. Only 2. So as you see, when the water, the polluted water, I should say, the liquid that wants to be duplicated, comes out of the pipe, it's at 10 kilos, because that's what the pipe is holding, and I don't have any limiters in effect. I can't really specify what the amount is down here because it changes every second, but this 10 kilos wants to go down, and it will go down in its entirety, except the physics in Oni are a bit funky, where these like to stay touching to each other. So when this wants to expand and go down, so this will squish the water over while pulling the polluted water with it, and that will, on each side, take 1/8 of this much water with it, which is exactly 1,250 grams on both sides every single time. And the full amount went straight down, but this extra 1/8 of the full value of the pipe just comes into existence doing this. It's a cheat, and I love it. And I did this one, quote-unquote, early in my playthrough, because right now it's kind of a punishment. Yep, I love it too. Yes, okay. I'm treating it like a punishment right now, because as you can see on my map, I have a lot of extra water that I don't have a use for right now, and yet I've let this thing make this much water, this ridiculous amount of polluted water that I have no need for. So I'm treating it like a punishment, so that when I do the same thing in the future for petroleum, I'll have free power no matter what in the future. So, yeah, it's not limited to polluted water. It's actually trickier with polluted water than is petroleum, because with petroleum you can stick the water on top of it too, and it will function just the same. But the trick with polluted water is polluted water off gases to polluted oxygen. So, if the game will let me show you before it becomes puppy time, because my puppy comes in at bedtime, which is 10 p.m. He gave me an extra half an hour today. This is the last thing I'll show you before I sign off for the night. Hi, love. Yeah, you're a good boy. Okay, so, game. Gas. So you'll see that I have this thing open to the vacuum of space. You don't need to make yours open to the vacuum of space. I used to have a gas pump here until I realized, wait, I can let this thing off gas. So I am losing some polluted oxygen to this thing, to the vacuum of space, but it's keeping it from being clogged up, because it is very important that you maintain a vacuum here on this tile. Normally people close this off here, but because, well, I'm using polluted oxygen, it's gonna make, it's gonna off-gas. If you actually look closely, I might get lucky, I might be able to get the vacuum in place. There we go. Because of the squishy and pushy business, it makes a vacuum here, occasionally. But if you have different gas other than polluted oxygen here at too high a pressure, it's gonna overpressure, it's gonna not be happy, it won't do your duplication. So that's an important thing to know. Do your best to make sure there's a vacuum that can be made here. Which is why polluted oxygen is actually harder to do than other liquids. But I'm gonna do the fun, weird thermal ones in the future. I'm gonna make magma and steel out of this thing. But that's the far future. But if you can compact it, it's not a real problem. I don't know what you mean by compact. This is already pretty compact. You could just do one side at a time, because like the left side here, you don't need any of these tiles to still have this work, and you can have all these gone to make this work. Just make sure you have some place for your extra to spill over. Compact the water. Are you talking about spilling over to the third tile? Because it doesn't matter what pressure this is at, it's gonna spill over, whatever, but like if you did the gas chlorine, I'm not sure you refer to, but I need to leave now. It's puppy time. I gotta sign off, unfortunately. You can do the same with water. Yes. You just gotta find a liquid that's lighter than water, because water is not as heavy as polluted water is. Okay. I hope you got all that. Come back again for more questions. I'll be happy to answer them, just not when it's puppy time. Oh, use the button in the air. Okay. Come on, baby. I'm gonna go hang out with you. Or use liquid oxygen. Oh yeah. Yeah. I wanna do that and liquid hydrogen together. If they can do that, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. Okay. See you later, guys. Bye.